Hi, this is Michael Data G, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to talk about what is drawing and why is it important. And on one of the videos that I had recently done, someone had left a message regarding drawing, and then felt that this is kind of important to touch upon again. I had made a couple of videos on drawing interpretation, which is something that is one of my endeavors, which I'm going to show you in a second. However, when you're drawing, and you hear me talk about drawing, why is it important? Because when you're drawing, it's not you. It's not you drawing. The person had apprehension about drawing because they were too worried about the technical aspect of drawing. So what part of her was worried? That part, the head. The head was worried about how good she could draw and whether or not she should endeavor in the drawing. The fact is, drawing has nothing to do with your head. Yes, you're going to draw a picture, you want to draw a picture of a flower, or you draw a picture of a flower. That's not the purpose of you drawing in what I'm telling you to help you get better to yourself, to get closer. When you are drawing, you are unconsciously communicating to your spirit. And the spirit, your spirit, is sending you through your hands the drawing. Now that's even if you draw stick figures. Stick figures doesn't matter, because as you're drawing, you're connecting to your spirit. And why is this so important? Because between the ages of 3 to 5, which you've heard in my developmental videos, after the head is formed, the no, the terrible twos, the form of the head of the no, the next step of development is to contact or get in touch with the spirit within. And the child does that through drawing. Now, even though I'm saying child, it doesn't matter. You're drawing as well as an adult. Everything you draw as an adult. Now, I'm going to show you something else. When you look at this word, what is drawing, what you're looking at is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the question mark, 14 different drawings. Okay? The word is comprised of drawings. When you draw a letter, that W is one of your drawings. That's a drawing. That's a drawing. And guess what we don't do now? We don't use the pencil anymore. We just don't use it. We don't use this pencil. We've gone to digital. By going by digital, you are losing the connectivity with your spirit to get that unison between you and your spirit. You lose that. That's why drawing, you're using a pencil and your hand at the same time brings up memories, brings up thoughts. When you're drawing a picture, it's not always the picture. It could be many variables. Now, you don't have to know how to interpret the drawing at this point, because what will happen is as you draw something, something will come up. A memory, a thought, and something will reconcile part of your past. The more you draw, the more it'll reconcile part of your past. It doesn't mean it's going to happen that day in that moment. But if you're in tune with yourself, you'll start realizing, wait a second, where did that thought come from? Sometime after you're drawing. If you're not ready to draw, then write something. Even if you just take a book and just write a passage you like, fine, write that. Because at that moment, you're still drawing. Each one of these letters is a picture. It is not using your head. It's coming up from your spirit. The sentence, what is drawing, has 14 drawings in it. Has 13 letters and a question mark. And each one of them is a drawing. By disconnecting with the technology, leaving the drawing, now you're pressing a you're pressing a keypad, or you're pressing your screen on your phone. None of these gives you the movement or motion that your hand does when you're doing with a pencil, drawing. And by the way, one of my endeavors is making pencil holders and pen holders for drawing. Yeah, that's how deep I'm into this. Now, I'm going to show you a couple pictures or drawings. This is my magic folder. I don't want to say magic folder. I just had to say something. It sounds funny. This is a collection of drawings that hundreds of people have done for me. You know? You might think this is nothing, but I revealed more to this woman through this drawing than she could ever imagine. Changed her life. Changed her life. It's actually in one of my drawing interpretation videos. This is her friend, a guy. He also drew this too. Looks like it's nothing. Looks like a 5-year-old can draw it. It's an adult in their 20s. This was a drawing by a woman, adult in her 40s. It looks like a stick figure drawing, but it tells me a lot about her. She also drew this. Oh no, somebody else drew this. She was in her late 50s. Stick figures almost. But each one of these drawings, in the interpretation of them, you know, when had interpreted for them, it gave a significant understanding. This simple drawing, made by the same person as this person, both very significant in understanding the person. Very significant. All these drawings, every one of them, and I keep them. I don't throw them out because sometimes I look at these drawings and some other interpretation pops up. This is the person. These are people's lives. People's lives. Tells me so much about them. In 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that they draw these pictures. Every one of them. These are priceless. Priceless because these are the Spirit speaking through the drawings. Every one of them. I mean, I don't want to go interpret every one of them now because forget it. We'll be here for 20 videos, 30 videos, 40 videos. Every one of these. Even this one. Yeah. When you look at this video, when you look at this drawing for a second, you also got to look at the orientation. Everything matters. But you're going to say to me, well, I don't know how to interpret. Well, that's okay. You don't need to know. Because your spirit will bring something up that will tell you. And it's because you connected with the drawing. It'll bring you to truth. It'll bring you to a better understanding of your past. Reconcile your past so you can stand and look at the future. This picture is actually of an orgasm. It's crazy. You know? There's so much in these drawings that every time I look at them, I'm amazed. In fact, I think I have the original. I have one drawing that first made me totally realize this and what it meant. And it was by a little girl. And I don't know if I have it here. But what she did is she drew something for me and I saved it. And she drew a picture with my name on it. It's in one of my videos. I know I have it. I just don't know where I have it right now. But the purpose of that was, when I saw that drawing, I kept it. I didn't throw it away. I mean, she was 5 years old or 4 years old. Why would I keep a drawing from a 4 or 5 year old, right? But something told me to keep that drawing. And then the interpretation came to me. And when that interpretation came, that's what started me to interpret drawings. And now I can safely say that these drawings have changed people's lives. Some people did not want to hear what it meant, but it doesn't matter. You know, look at that. Big eye. Big eye, you know. The identity. Marvelous. Look at the size of the identity. Okay. Put them aside. If I find that picture again, I'll make another video on it. Okay. So, when you're drawing, it's not you. It's the spirit talking. It's coming out. Even if it's not coming out in the drawing itself, it'll come out in the action of the drawing, will bring up something. That's why artists plenty of times say, oh, I don't know where the drawing came from. You know, I just started drawing and something came up. But you don't have to be an artist. In fact, if you're looking to be technically better, you're actually better at trying to hide the spirit. If you're technically better, to be honest, you're hiding it. So grab a piece of paper. Doesn't matter the orientation. It could be this way. It could be that way. And draw something. And save it. Date it. And if you like, in the back, you put the date. And if anything comes to your memory, something from the past, write it in the back of the drawing. So in the back of the drawing, put some memory that something popped up in your head. Because some of these drawings, while the person was drawing, they had a memory or they said something to me. And that's what I grabbed onto. You don't have to be proficient in interpretation. You just have to do it. Because as you continuously do it, you'll get better interpretation and then you'll go back. Let me give you a couple of ideas on interpretation. So that this way you can get a feel. This orientation is different than this orientation. You have a point. You're telling a story. Where on the paper you draw means something. Where you begin, what colors you use, where you end, if you press the lines harder, the colors, the shading. I had one drawing where you could take one drawing that the person made and then have a second, and when you put the two drawings behind each other, the first drawing belonged translucent where the second drawing was. The person drew a platter with a whole bunch of fruit, and in one area had a space. The second drawing, the person drew the head. When I put the two drawings together, the head was exactly on the platter in relation to all the rest of the fruit where it was supposed to be. Guy was speechless. He disappeared after that, though, because they think it's spooky. It's not spooky. You know, you drew it. I didn't draw it. You drew it. So when you draw, you're going to... And some people are scared to draw. So many people in this group, they did not want to draw. They were fighting me to draw. I said, just draw something. Oh, I don't know what to draw. I said, I don't care. Draw whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good it is. I don't care if it's stick figures. Just do it. If you don't do it, then there's a control issue. Now you're wanting to have control and you don't want to let go of that control, because when you're in the spirit, you're not controlling everything. The head is not in charge anymore. The head is supposed to be in dominion of the spirit of truth, the spirit of God. Now, let's say you don't believe in the Bible. You don't. That's okay. That's okay. Forget. Don't worry. That time will come. If you believe in truth, eventually you'll come to the Bible, because Jesus is the truth and the light. Now, you don't hear me saying, religious talk or religiosity talk. You're not going to hear that from me. No. Because that's nonsense. All those people that go there and they make those chattering animal prayers and they think that they're going to get something. No. That's not it. We're talking about truth. That's what we're talking about. In fact, one place in the Bible it says that the preaching of the cross to those that are perishing is foolishness. Well, what's the cross? Space, time. And what is it about? Being in the now. you have to hold truth above all. If something's going to get sacrificed, sacrifice yourself before you sacrifice truth, and you will be in a better place. One of the things that that people know about me is that anywhere I am, I can go to sleep. I can go to sleep anywhere, because focusing on the truth so many years, it's given me peace. It's going to give you peace, and maybe you can't even digest the idea of having peace. That's okay. Make little increments. If you're saying to yourself, well, there's so many things that you do in your life and you can't start just telling the truth tomorrow, well, nobody's saying to say everything, because you're not going to be able to, because you're going to have a head up in the air like the space person, and now you're going to come to ground for the first time, and now you think you're going to tell the truth, you're going to pass out. You're not going to have the energy to keep your body together. You're going to fall apart. You have to build on truth and get away from lies. Build on truth. And what's going to happen, like, let me tell you, I said this in other videos, your life, the parts of your life that you thought they were holding you down, connecting you, or trap you, they'll be taken away. They're going to be taken away. And when they're taken away, when you're not using your will to hold on to them, when the problems are taken away, it's like you can never go back. It's taken away in such a way that it's done. And that's the power of truth. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You see, I'm going to say it again. In the New Testament, the word truth is made up of two Greek words, and it's called hidden alpha. Hidden alpha. God is hiding in the truth, and he's plain as day in front of everybody's face. But when you're blind to the truth, you don't see the truth. It's hidden from you. But if you understand God is in the truth, that's why the Bible talks about, and they have no fear of God before their eyes. Now, the Bible does say the word eye, or eyes, but the word eyes in the Bible is also identity. And why? Because your brain matter is also in your eyes. Your eyes is made up of brain matter. That is part of the brain. So there's no fear of God before their identity. So the fear of God is the fear that you're not going to tell the truth or not be in the truth. Just little increments, get closer to the truth. The drawings will help you. The drawings will bring you more peace. What the drawings also do is that if you're digging into hell or you're the balloon in the air, the drawings center you. They will bring you into your body. Writing with a pencil, a pen, will give you better peace. Using the computers, the keyboards, there's no motion. There's no motion where the Spirit's going to talk. So if the Spirit's not going to talk to you through motion, that means it's going to be bottled up, and the Spirit then becomes your enemy. Look at all the people that don't do physical work. They're some of the angriest mental people that you could ever find. The bankers, the lawyers, they're pushing that paper around. They don't do any, they're angry in the head all the time. Angry in the head. You have to be in motion. In motion. You have to be in truth. People that lie to everybody professionally and in their business, get out of that profession. Don't sacrifice the truth for a paycheck. You will never be happy. Never, ever be happy. You will be miserable. Your life will be miserable. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. If you're a lawyer and you have to defend somebody that you know is guilty, you're lying. Yeah, you could justify and rationalize. That's one of the curses with getting away with lying, is rationalizing. You're rationalizing that you're going to throw the truth away so you can make a few dollars. Throw the truth away so you can uphold your left party line or the right party line. As you draw, it'll be harder and harder to lie. And you'll have more pleasure and more peace. So, that's the video for today. It doesn't matter what you draw. As you draw or write, you will come to a better understanding of yourself and situations that you're in that maybe you don't have a handle on. And they'll cleanse themselves up. God bless.